It's the holiday season, so we thought it'd be great to do a special edition vlog to talk to other top realtors in Chicago to get their perspective on how they're preparing their clients to deal with real estate during this holiday season. What are you telling your sellers to do during holiday season?
I am telling them to stay showing ready. Use the time to do extra improvements and do extra little fixes here and there that are going to help with marketability.
It's simple. You have to be listed to get it sold. So I think they have to be strategic with pricing. They need to be patient and also make sure that their units are properly staged.
No price drops, because I don't think that this is all about price. I think it's more so about letting people make their decisions. Just it's taking longer to make these decisions. Price drops don't really move the needle as much as it did in the past.
Right. Get up there and take your licks, right? At this point, waiting until spring and just hoping for the best when there's absolutely no data to guarantee or even demonstrate that the spring market's gonna be so much better, do it now while you can.
If you're off the market, you're not going to sell.
Right.
So staying on the market, again, all things considered, case by case, if it makes sense. Why not?
Why not keep it on? Because if you're off the market, like Elena said, you're just with 100% certainty not going to sell.
I'm telling my sellers to stay on the market, okay? Because what I'm seeing right now is I'm seeing inventory start to drop off, which means less competition for them. And buyers are still out there. I'm starting to see that post-election pent-up demand open up.
Right.
And interest rates are still low.
For the bulk of my sellers, we are going to take a break.
Okay.
Like let the market kind of forget about us for a minute. We'll throw your listing in the PLN.
Yep.
And I feel like the PLN, the private listing network, works really hard during the holiday season.
I think it's a great time to reflect on the feedback you've gotten on places that haven't sold and use this dead 2-3 weeks to actually be proactive and to make those changes. In the last 2 weeks, been 50% of my day every day is rebranding.
What are you telling your buyers to prepare for in 2021?
We're telling our buyers to prepare for a very different market. Foreclosure activity is way up. Governmental involvement is way up because you had a lot of people out there, as we know, that weren't able to pay their bills or are having trouble with COVID.
I think the inventory shortage right now is only going to be reflected in the 180 in Q1. So there's going to be a flow, a huge surplus of listings, but the amount of buyers that are going to be pent up, I feel like the supply still isn't going to equal the demand, so prices are going to go up. Be ready to go quick, make quick decisions like always, but be even more aggressive.
I tell them to keep looking because I think the fall market going into December and the holidays is the best time to get deals. It just takes one place to be that perfect place, and if you can find it right now, you're going to get a better deal on it than you will in the spring.
I think it's just letting your clients know that next year is going to be more of this year, and I don't mean in a pandemic sense, but just that we are just getting such an inflow of high-end rental buyers that just demand perfection. And if you're not going to give it to them, you're not going to sell.
Fourth quarter of this year has been quiet, and so there's a lull, and so there's going to be pent-up demand. It's going to be competitive. I think you're going to have to act quick. I don't think it's going to be like 2017, like crazy, and that's okay. That was unhealthy, that was imbalanced, but I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be a lot better than it is now.
So what I want my buyers to do is to do the work now to get themselves set up, educated, so when the right one comes along, they'll be ready to strike and be better, faster, stronger than the competition.
We are going to see more inventory coming on. Interest rates are going to stay low, so that's going to be very helpful for buyers. People will be able to find more of what they're looking for.
What is one thing you learned in 2020?
2020 is like, I always say, it's like watching a game, right? Or you're playing in a game where you feel like the game's going crap for your team. But then you look up at the scoreboard and you're like, hey, we're actually up by 1 point. It's so important to track your numbers because that's what 2020 felt like. You look at your numbers monthly, you say, hey, we're actually on the right path. We got to keep going.
It really matters where you live, and it means more to people than it ever has before. And so to that, like, we're looked at as even more trusted advisors for our clients. And they lean on us so much more heavily than they have even in prior years.
Just patience, like more than I've ever had to have, is just to be really, really upfront that this is my expectation of your place, and this is what everyone else thinks.
Yeah. I was excited to be able to create in a down market. I wanted to be able to cultivate during a pandemic and prove to myself that I can do the work. Once the pandemic is over, I'll have the confidence to know that I was able to be successful in a down market.
Communication above all else, right? Especially this year, is that people have had more time than ever to talk. And I called 150 of my top people, had really nice conversations. Didn't talk about anything real estate. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? How you guys feeling? And then that exploded into the best year yet.
Being vigilant about constantly setting expectations and resetting expectations. It's been a major plus for us in the ability to get out ahead of this and remain that person that people go to for the real estate knowledge that they need to make decisions.
More than ever, I feel like our role to be like a voice of reason with our clients and to really feel out everyone's individual scenario. And you have to be understanding and adaptable to each and every situation.
We're essential workers.
That's correct.
No matter how crazy the world is, I will never learn to cook.
Okay. What is your favorite holiday tradition?
It's zoo lights at Lincoln Park Zoo.
Okay.
Hands down.
Okay.
I've done it for years and years, like even before the kids.
Yeah.
For me, I love Thanksgiving. It's my favorite time of the year. I run a turkey trot with my family.
Wow.
And they hate it. It's like pulling teeth to drag them out of bed, run with dad, but we do it every year.
Now that my daughter is almost 3, we put up the holiday tree,
Yeah.
and just watching her put the ornaments on and just enjoying the hell out of it.
We have a new tradition we're starting this year that we are going to do homemade biscuits together with my wife, and so it's going to be our family biscuits, and that'll be our tradition moving forward.
This is literally it. I just hit a lot more Bulls games.
My dad and I watch the Lions football game at home every year on Thanksgiving.
We always go to my mom's house and we have our dish that we're in charge of. And we all get together really early, and it always seems to end with a few of us in a food coma on the couch. I usually hit up the piano and the kids gather around and we sing idiotic songs like Frozen that I don't know how to play, but I make it up.
We do 4 Christmases, which we're trying to stop that tradition.
Thanksgiving, my world famous White Castle stuffing, okay. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, more importantly, my family tradition, the Choi family tradition, we spend the entire day with the entire family. First day of the year starts off with your foundation.
Enjoy the holidays with you and your family. Make sure to subscribe to our page, like us on YouTube, and hit the bell so you're notified the next time that these come out.